Hi guys, I'm sorry that we couldn't meet in person. I know that it's pretty unfortunate that we actually couldn't come to the school. I know everybody was looking forward to it, but we have a pandemic on our hands, so it's important that we all stay healthy. And anyways, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about time management. Time management is something that I think is important for everyone, whether you're in college or high school or working or whatever it is. Everybody has a busy plate and you have to figure out how to balance it all. And I think that this is something that I'm getting better at, but I've also not been the best at some points in my life too. And I think that that's why I'm kind of becoming better at it, because I've learned what works and what doesn't work. So I'm going to talk to you about a few set things. My number one tip would be to get a planner and make a schedule, because that can help you a lot in just organizing your time and figuring out what to do when. So you can kind of itemize a list of what you have to get done, in the coming week. And then at the beginning of the week, you can kind of set time aside to figure out when you're going to do everything, to make sure everything gets done and you're allotting an appropriate amount of time to do certain things and you can stay efficient. And that way you don't forget about anything. You're not just keeping this whole list in your head. You actually have it written down. You have times, you have dates, you have everything kind of figured out for you. So I'd say that that's something that is really important to do, is to make that schedule and to kind of try your very best to stick with it. Another thing that I would say is, college especially can be a really overwhelming time because you have so much going on. For me personally, I'm a full-time student in science. I'm a biology major and a chemistry minor. I'm pre-med, so I'm hoping to go into medical school, and I'm also working on night shift as an ER and trauma tech at a emergency department. So I kind of have a lot going on, and I have, full-time classes, and then I'm working at night, and there's just a lot of things to balance. And so you kind of have to have like a systematic way of going about it. And so that's when I kind of refer back to the schedule. Is just make yourself a schedule, try to stick to it, and then you can kind of get things done. And then also, you kind of have to balance everything. School can be very overwhelming. Your extracurriculars, for me, work, can be really overwhelming too. So you kind of have to balance it. But you also need to have time with your friends, because you're going to go crazy if all you do is school and work, which is what I did. Like my freshman year of college, I kind of threw myself into work, threw myself into school, and forgot to be a person on the side too, and I just wasn't very happy. And so you have to figure out that balance, and I think that a lot of time management comes from trial and error. So you'll figure out things that work, you'll figure out things that don't work, and you kind of just be patient with yourself, figure out what's going to work for you, but that also kind of requires you to figure out the things that don't work for you, and that's okay. It happens. You'll get through it. That definitely happened to me, where I was overwhelmed and I was not loving college initially. But now I love college and I love going, and the thought of not being able to go because of being on the online school from having to go on leave from coronavirus is actually really sad to me. When I found that news out, I was incredibly sad, and I still am, because I love going to school and that's actually something that I want to do. So yeah, I guess in summary of that, my advice would be make yourself a schedule, organize your time, give yourself time for you too, because you're a person and you need that social time with other people, to see your friends, see your family. And then try not to procrastinate, because that's just never your friend. And I think we all do it, and we all end up in the 4 a.m. regrets. So yeah, that's kind of my advice for you guys.